thought you said you can cook.
I mean,
Pop-Tart.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think so.
All right. I thought you said you could.
I mean, I could try.
Describe the sociological perspectives on gender that we discussed yesterday in class. There we go. There we go. Can you imagine if the one kid went, oh, whoa,
You're like, whoa, you were supposed to do that.
arrest this man. Yeah. Wait, so you think it's okay then?
Sarah's-
Wow, Sarah. Jeez. Bro, have kid fights at your house. Underground kid fights.
She has a ring.
What?
She has a wrestling ring.
Oh.
And the kids are down.
I thought you said she slaps with rings, like just turns it around and really gets some damage on people. Oh, that Bachelor of Paradise is out there. Gotta start my kid fight ring.
There was literally a Bachelor reference in this one movie I was watching with my youth group.
Really?
Yeah, it's called Reimer.
Oh my.
I thought of this class.
It's the first bell ring.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is.
Would you like? I just found it really just look up. It's
Smacking people.
almost smacking.
No, I was just kind of looking up social constructs. Okay, well, that's funny. I was going to show the video from, I think it's the Water Boy. It's like, you cussing around a girl, and his dad beats the star football player up. No, I think that's Mr. Deeds, actually. It's Mr. Deeds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Mr. Deeds. What do you think of Odell Beckham Jr. going to the Rams? He didn't really get too many targets.
Yeah, 11 seconds.
Wait, he only had 3 targets. I think 2 catches. That's about it.
He caught one like
Right? Yeah.
their first play.
They're talking it up, huh?
Yeah.
I just kept seeing memes last night. Oh, she's doing Aaron Rodgers and Packers.
No, the Packers should have signed him.
Yeah.
They should have.
Just dished out the money and do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't give enough effort.
They don't really
They're
care.
gonna lose him next year.
Rodgers?
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll
They're not
see.
making her happy.
No, they're not. They're not.
He wouldn't have dropped it.
It seems like he's having fun this year, though. Seems like he's having fun. Except for 2 weeks ago. He couldn't play because of COVID. And like it's all over the news. Oh, it kind of fit in with the video. So I had, yeah. You done, Madden? Okay. It was a pretty good grant project, other than that misspelling. I'm just joking. I didn't even catch it. What
It was
word?
rock. I spelled because rock. I typed it in real fast, and I always mix up. Like, I always type the A and the U, like before each other. No, I do it all the time. And my mom picked one of them out, but she didn't pick that one.
She-
But rock did.
For next presentation, you just put CUZ in it and really get them worked up.
I was trying to find what an error did, but couldn't find it.
Could have said the citations.
Yeah, citations were
You
right.
just put links. I didn't really have citations for that project. It was just like,
It was in the program.
I get it, but it was more just like,
See an MLA format.
I know, but it's more just like, oh, I mean, what can we improve here?
That was discussed, and then
All right, so what do we have here? Perspectives on gender that we discussed yesterday in class. What do we have? What was one of them? Leah, go ahead. Yeah, good job. What does that mean?
where our actions like describe what gender we are in society.
Reciprocal roles, right?
Sure.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Yeah, so our actions in society. And that video kind of expresses that. Just don't go slapping girls, right? And with the interactionist approach, it just kind of shapes through the industrial age of how we interact with one another and what a relationship should be like with, let's say, the opposite gender. And these reciprocal roles of last chapter, what we talked about. Good. What's another perspective? Again, a lot of this emerging from this industrial age is kind of our modern society, right now. It was a little bit different back in the day. Roy, what was another perspective?
The functionalist
Y-
perspective,
Yeah, good job. Describe that one.
maintains that gender differentiation has contributed to social stability.
Yeah, good job. Good job. So roles within, let's say, the household. Okay, I know I talked about yesterday with women and how their roles changed through this society in the industrial age, and even men. Okay, and I mentioned about how women were more the caretakers. Okay, how they were making food. Okay, they were preparing the house. They were really trying to educate the children, take care of the children. As the men were going to work, come back home and sit on the couch, watch TV. I don't know, just but yeah, functionalist approach again emerging from this industrial age, and a branch of that is what? So these social conflict theorists they believe that this industrial age brought this change, and before this, maybe women had more equality in life and with this industrial age, just kind of caused the separation, a clear distinction of what roles should be shaped for these people. And I know in history throughout the 1900s, we talked a little bit about this in my American history class, how women's roles changed through that, giving opportunity to vote, okay, obviously have education and the workplace, even through that industrial age. But in the start, caused a lot of, I guess you could say, disruptions or inequalities. All right, and finally, last perspective we mentioned yesterday. What was the last perspective? Huh? I talked about the social conflict theorist along with the fundamentalist. That's what I'm getting to. Yeah. Social conflict theorists kind of branch off the fundamentalist. Yeah. Sarah? There you go. And what is that? Detail that. Detail what the feminist perspective is. Intersectionality. Yeah. What does that mean? Should I put that in a vocab term? What?
Such as race, class.
Yeah, good job. So associating groups of people depending on their race, depending on their gender, depending on maybe their social classes, right? Okay, there's many different ways you can affiliate people. Politics, right? Okay, there's many different associations you can mention these people. And again, emerging from this industrial age, and the feminist perspective is more focused on just advancing women's roles in society through that lens. Okay, and how these groups emerge through this industrial time period. Again, sociology picking up right at that industrial age. All right, is there any questions on that, guys? Good? Okay, vocab terms for today. I think I only have one. I think. No, I have two. I lied. Two, straight to jail. We got nature versus nurture and gender binary system. There we go. There we go. You need more time? All right, one more minute. Okay, nature versus nurture. What do we got for this one? Madden, what do you have?
And social science.
Yeah, good job. Good job. So then all science, I'm sure, in psychology, we'll definitely talk about this. And here in sociology, it's where we did we have this ability through genetics? Do we inherit these traits, these beliefs, these patterns, or did we learn it through social constructs, right? Did we learn this ability, this experience, okay, through, let's say, conditioning or through our interactions in our social life? Right? That's the huge debate within psychology. Or is there a combination of both? Right? What do you think, Leah?
Genetically, I don't think you get personality traits. You learn them from the people around
Okay. All right. Do you have any examples of this?
you. Children are like their parents. It's because they act like their parents because they're learning and teaching their kids by either yelling at them or being rude is how they get those traits, or nurturing and being nice is how they get those traits. Because you can only learn what people teach you, not genetics.
Okay. So you're saying more on the nurture side, huh?
Yeah.
All right. What about these children that may try to contradict their parents' beliefs and personalities, like just totally go against it? I guess they still reflect it, right? They still learn their parents' experiences.
I
And,
just genetically think you don't inherit personality traits.
okay.
You just take physical traits.
All right. Okay. We'll dive into that more into that presentation. Gender binary system. What do you have? What do we got? Chris?
Classification.
Can't talk.
I got something in my throat.
Phlegm. Okay.
Classification of gender to two distinct opposite ones, masculine and feminine.
All right, good. Good job. Are you okay?
Trying to get it out. It's still there.
Do you need a pat in the back? All right, okay. All right. Well, I'll burp you then when we're done with the lesson, okay? All right, so the gender binary system, this is heavily critiqued. Okay, there's many people that might think that there are more than two genders. Again, this is, I'm not getting into politics, not getting into controversy here. But I mean, that is something that's heavily debated today. But we know with masculinity and feminist, I guess you say characteristics, and some that fall in the middle, and some that don't show any type of those characteristics. But with the gender binary system, this just means two: masculinity, femininity, feminist. So you have male, female, boy, girl, man, woman. But there's many people that challenge that, obviously, and there's many different types of challenges to this idea of gender binary system. Okay, all right, so let's move on here today. First thing I want to talk about is the nature versus nurture. And since the whole slap video came up, I figured I'd put this picture in. I thought it was fun. Oh, wow, gotcha, crushed it. Chris, what would you do in that situation? Would you slap the girl?
Oh.
All right, good, Chris. I'm glad you won. I guess on Friday, though, Roy would have been slap happy in here, right? He'd been slapping people silly. No? Okay. What if someone dropped your ornament? What if Tegan would drop your ornament right in front of you? What would you do?
Exile.
Exile. Oh, man, Tegan, you better watch out for Roy. Oh, all right. So theories of gender, nature versus nurture. Okay. So again, is this something that we pick up through a social construct? Is this something that we learn throughout our society? Maybe something from our parents. that obviously that we pick up on? Or is this something through like social media? Social media has a huge aspect. And I think this is something that sociology should look into a little bit more, just with the influence and how nurture, especially through social media and the different types of media we have present in our everyday life, can affect certain people and make them think exactly what type of identity they want to go by. Again, this is ever changing. Okay, this is ever changing. So through that industrial age, okay, this gender binary system was created. Either you're male or you're female. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's nothing in the middle. But through interaction, through different experiences, and especially with media, and really with the global connection of the world, how we can maybe see that there are maybe more other genders, right? And might be a challenge to the binary system. So nature's biology, biology determines our action. In other words, boys are simply born with male characteristics and vice versa. Nurture, society, and our environment determine our actions. In other words, we are taught male or female. So again, there's a big conflict with nature versus nurture. Okay, through evolutionary psychology, there's really not too much focused on the nurture aspect, this behaviorist aspect, where we learn these traits, these characteristics over time. Okay, where we form cognitive developments, cognitive experiences with really our environment, our world around us. And there's other perspectives, okay, like the behaviorist perspective in psychology, where we learn these experiences over time. Okay, and there's many different proven experiments to show that and to and prove that these both are correct. But let's face it, I think they act both together, right? There's definitely a connection between nature versus nurture, right? How we can pick up these traits genetically and maybe how we might learn them through our development, through experience and cognitive development, right? What do you guys think? Leah, I already talked to you. Roy, what do you think? Nurture? Okay, so you're more about the experience, you're more about learning from obviously your interactions or your environment. So why are you a Cowboys fan? Your parents a Cowboys fan anyway? Okay, well, that's a good example. Perfect, perfect. What about you, Tegan? Nurture? Okay, so you're not saying nature whatsoever? No. Oh, okay. Chris? All right, okay. Madden? Nurture. Are you just agreeing with everybody? You can form it. Okay, all right. Sarah? Nurture. All right. Brianna? Autumn? No, everybody's just coming together. Why not a combination of both here?
Because you don't
Come on now.
nature, though. Like some people are more naturally born to like sing. Some people can't sing at all. Some people.
Okay, all right, all
some
right.
people are born athletic,
But
some
those
people
aren't like personality traits. Those are like,
Well, it doesn't have to just apply to personality. I was just kind of coming up with
And, like,
examples.
some people can't
But
sing at
certain
all, some
traits,
people
right?
can.
which is also kind of weird because like.
So there is a combination of both. Is that what you're admitting finally?
Yeah, I'm admitting that it's mostly nurture.
You're saying mostly nurture?
Yeah.
You're more weighted towards nurture?
Yes.
Okay. All right, combination of both. All right, anyway, binary gender system. Okay, again, emerging from that industrial age, there's just one or the other, male or female. You show masculine or feminine traits. Okay, and with the binary system, males are attracted to women, female attracted to men. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But through time, through experience, and through different forms of media, okay, obviously this has been altered a little bit, maybe more accepting of multiple genders. Okay, and we all know with that being said, there's many different emergences of that through the late experience through media, like I said, social media. Okay, and there's a lot, I guess you could say it's a lot more present in today's world than what you would have seen maybe in the 90s or the 80s or the 70s, the 60s, the 50s, you name it. I think that clearly is shown with, I mean, if you ever have a conversation with a grandparent, right? Or a great grandparent, it's either this or that, you know, there's no ifs, ands, or buts, there's no other exceptions. But in today's world, we are a little bit more accepting of this idea. And in politics, especially, this is constantly brought up. I know on my social media page, it's constantly brought up about if there's more than just two genders, if there's more than two forms of identities or sexuality. Again, a huge debate, something I don't want to get involved in. Really, I don't, especially obviously being recorded videos, YouTube, my subscribers, my followers. Yeah. But anyway, that's something that is a debate you guys can maybe hash out at home, not here in school. But with that being said, there are some other complications, which we'll watch a video today on a man that really went through his whole life thinking he was a girl, that he was a female. And it altered his state of mind eventually once he started to figure out that he wasn't a girl. And it's a really unique story. It's something that caused him a lot of psychological effects, a lot of psychological problems moving forward, and why he's not with us here today, right? He's not, he took his life, committed suicide. So obviously that caused a lot of problems for him, growing up. And we're going to watch that right now. Okay, those of you at home, check that out. It's attached to the page, the video lesson. It's his name here, David Reimer. David Reimer. Pretty